Hey guys, and welcome to tonight's post. I'm sorry for being a little bit late tonight. I just got home from work. It is actually about 8:30 p.m. Just got the kids down and wanted to go ahead and shoot this video. I promised you guys yesterday, after we talked a little bit about the flu vaccine and whether or not you should do that. Again, that's a personal choice. Just make it an educated choice. Make sure you do your research and make an educated decision based on research, not actually on propaganda and what you see on the media. So today I want to talk about, even if you decide to get the flu vaccine or not to get the flu vaccine, you know, what can you do on a daily basis to help boost your immune system to where, you know, you're not going to have, you decrease your chances of getting the flu. There are several things that you can do, and I remember a long time ago a very clear study that our course that I had studied, and they were talking about how you know, the flu season really peaks in about January and February, and you know, they were talking about now what happens leading up to January and February that leads to that increase in the flu season. And if you think about it, you know, you go, first of all, you have the change in the weather, so you got a little bit of cold weather. And then we go into Halloween. And what do we do with Halloween? Well, we have parties, we drink a lot of alcohol, we eat a lot of candy, a lot of sugar, you know, things that aren't really the best things for us. Then we get into the cooling off of the weather even further. We're in football season, so there are a lot of parties with football season. Again, a lot of alcohol involved and maybe, you know, poor dietary choices. Then we go through Thanksgiving, and we all know what happens on Thanksgiving. We eat way too much, lots of dessert, lots of beverages of the festive nature. And then what happens after Thanksgiving? Well, about 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, the Christmas party season begins. So then we have all these Christmas parties, and again, a lot of drinking, a lot of poor diet, a lot of bad, you know, things that aren't necessarily good for us and don't promote our immune system. And then right after Christmas, what's the final straw that breaks the camel's back? New Year's Eve. Again, a lot of drinking and a lot of partying. So we go through a period of about 3 months where we're constantly taxing our system and constantly decreasing our immunity and constantly decreasing our immune systems. So one of the first things that you can do to really help yourself get through a flu season without getting sick is monitor your dietary intake. And when I say dietary, I mean not only food. I'll help you in there in just a minute. Get in there, kiddo. I mean not only food. I also mean you know, alcohol consumption, sugar consumption, different things like that. Because all those things, they do take a toll on your body, and they do decrease your immune system as well as increasing your inflammation, which can lead to a lot of problems. So that's thing number one. You start watching your diet, watching your alcohol consumption, and watching your sugar consumption. And number two, make sure you're getting plenty of rest. You know, the sleep is very, very important to a functioning immune system. So get plenty of rest. Also, you want to make sure that you're washing your hands on a regular basis. Now, personally, and this is going to be a very, very controversial statement, I am not a fan of hand sanitizers. I am not even a fan of antibacterial soaps. Oh my God. I've been saying it for years and years and years. I've been saying antibacterial soaps are don't serve the function that we're looking for. Basically, with an antibacterial soap, it's got a little antibacterial action in it. Well, we don't use it for long enough to get rid of all the bacteria on our hands. And there's always going to be a little bit of bacteria that's going to be left. And then what's that bacteria going to do? It's going to adapt to the antibacterial soap, the chemicals in the antibacterial soap that are designed to kill it, and it's going to become stronger. So then you've got an antibacterial immune bacteria. And this is one of the things I think that has contributed hugely to the superbugs. Same things with sanitizer. Not a fan of sanitizer, and I've actually seen a lot of really bad chemical responses to hand sanitizers. So what do? Well, you do wash your hands, but the most important part of washing your hands is the friction that you create. So you get your hand in the running water and make sure you rub them vigorously, because if you're rubbing them, that friction will take that bacteria off. And the purpose of the water running over that bacteria is to run it off your hands. So you rub, get the bacteria off, hold it under the water, let the hands rinse off, and you've got a good you know, good hand washing, and that's going to decrease your exposure to viruses and to bacteria. Okay, so we've got watch your dietary intake, make sure you're getting lots of rest. You know, wash your hands on a regular basis, but don't, in my opinion, don't use the antibacterial soaps. You know, you can agree with me or not. I actually did come across a study last year that said that sanitizers were not effective and the antibacterial soaps were in fact leading to antibiotic resistant bacteria, which is something that I've been, like I said, saying for years. But again, you know, do what you will with that, but at least wash your hands and use the friction and get that water to wash that bacteria off. Another thing you can do is kind of wash your eyes on occasion, the mucous membranes in the eyes, to make sure that, you know, that there's not any bacteria or viruses in there. Okay, so after you've done that, make sure you exercise on a regular basis. You know, the days are going to be getting shorter, but exercise, especially if you don't do it too hard, if it's a good moderate exercise, will help build your immunity and help build your strength and your health overall. Make sure you get your chiropractic adjustments, get your nervous system functioning at full force. I can't emphasize this enough. It's very important, especially coming into the winter months. These are the months that we get the busiest in our office, and a lot of times it's about pain, but also a lot of times it's about people that have let their immune systems go too long, and they end up getting sick. So we get in there and try to adjust them to help them fight off their bacterial. And then finally, supplement-wise, you want to supplement yourself very, very well. 2 courses of action for supplements. Number one, you want to be on a good what we'll call like a maintenance daily multivitamin program. And a good program for that is a good whole food multivitamin and a good whole food mineral supplement. Now, why do we use whole food versus synthetic? Well, synthetic may have the chemical makeup that's similar to what we're looking for, the active ingredient of a vitamin, but it doesn't have all the precursors and all the complementary entities that are involved with the whole food to make that food actually, or that vitamin go into your system. So what can actually end up happening is if you're taking synthetic vitamins over a long term, number one, your pee turns color because your body's excreting most of what you're taking. But number two, you create imbalances in your body because let's say you take ascorbic acid and you need magnesium and you need some other things to help your body absorb it. Well, if that's not in your blood, if that's not with that ascorbic acid when it comes in, your body's going to take those minerals and everything, the magnesium, and it's going to pull it into the blood from your body. So you can actually deplete minerals in your body by taking synthetic vitamins. So take a good whole food vitamin, a good whole food mineral supplement, and a good omega-3 fatty acid. And if you have any questions about a good brand for these, call me at the office. We carry some excellent supplements. It's what my family uses. It's what I recommend to all the patients. And you know, if you want to call me about that, I'd be glad to give you some advice on that. But you know, the Walmart stuff that you're getting, you know, when it comes to supplements, you are getting what you pay for. And there was actually a recent article in Consumer Reports that disagrees with what I'm saying, but the evidence shows that, you know, synthetics are not as good as whole foods. And if you get low-grade synthetics that are full of a lot of artificial fillers and stuff like that, you're just not getting the bang for your buck out of it. So a good whole food supplement with essential fatty acid and a mineral supplement. On top of that, you want to take, when you start getting into the immune system or into the flu season and you start dealing with maybe getting some symptoms, there are a couple of supplements that I highly, highly recommend that you have on hand at home. Number one is a supplement called Congaplex. Now we use Congaplex primarily, it's an immune builder, it's just a supplement. It doesn't treat specific infections, but it boosts your immunity and helps your body defend against bacterial infections. So we use Congaplex and a supplement called Antranex to help with the drainage of what you're creating to help with bacterial infections. And when it comes to viral infections, we use a supplement called Immuplex. And that's another great supplement. And you can combine those three. You can take them long term through the flu season to kind of keep your immune system boost, and then up the dosages if you need to, if you start feeling kind of sick. But that's what we do in our family. We adjust. We take these supplements, and that's how we treat this stuff. Vitamin C is also an excellent source if you start having an acute problem. You want to get about 1,000 milligrams a day. You can go a little bit higher, but you might start getting into some diarrhea issues. But you know, vitamin C is excellent. We sometimes will take as high as 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day. I've taken as high as 4,000 to help beat something. So anyway, I hope this helps. And, you know, and as always, my hope for you is you take control of your health before your health takes control of you. And these factors will really help you get through the flu season without actually getting sick and without having to possibly depend on the flu virus, our vaccine that's coming through that could actually be more toxic than beneficial. All right, everybody have a great day. We'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.